Okay, this is a study guide for test 5.3, 5.4. The first two questions, you'll need to know the formula to find the area of a rectangle, which is area equals base times height, and the perimeter of a rectangle, since that's the distance around, we have two lengths and two widths, so it would be P equals 2L, or you could use based in height, that doesn't matter, plus 2W, or like I said, 2B plus 2H. So to apply those formulas, for number 3, you're going to find the area, which is just base times height, 10 times 6, which is 60, and our units are inches, and everything with area is squared. Perimeter, we'll plug in our base, which is 10, so 2 times 10 plus 2 times 6, that's 20, plus 12, which equals 32 centimeters. Of course, another way that you can look at it is just adding up all four sides, so 10 plus 6 plus 10 plus 6, and that'll get you the answer as well. What is the formula to find the area of a parallelogram? Base times height, and then we apply it. So area equals base times height. The base is 8, and the height has to be perpendicular to the base, so we'd use the 5 and not the 6.5. Which is 40 square inches. What is the formula to find the area of a square? You can also use base times height, or I will also accept s squared, because you would square the sides to find the area. In other words, area equals side, or base times height, of course a square, they're all equal, so 25 times 25, which is 625 square centimeters. Here's the more difficult one, but hopefully you can remember a trapezoid. Remember, it's the shape that has two bases. So we're going to have base 1 and base 2 in our formula. We're going to add those together and divide by 2, and then multiply it by the height. So it doesn't matter which one's base 1 or base 2, just it could be 4 plus 6 or 6 plus 4 divided by 2 times the height, which is 5. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 5 times 5 is 25. So our answer is 25 square inches. What is the formula to find the area of a circle? Area equals, and that one is pi r squared. Remember, that means you have to multiply the radius times itself before you multiply it by pi. So 11a, so I'll use 3.14 for pi. Since 7 is my diameter, the radius is half of that, and half of 7 is 3.5. So then I can use my calculator and say 3.5 times 3.5 equals 12.25, and then we'll multiply that by pi, so times 3.14 to get 38.465 square inches. We'll do it again. But this time they give you that the radius is 3.2, so I don't have to half anything since I already have the radius. 3.14, and then the radius is 3.2 squared. I'll show you another way that you can do it the same way we just did it before, by entering 3.2 times 3.2 and then multiplying by 3.14. Or we can also, if you're using the TI-34 multi-view, you could put 3.14 times 3.2, and there's that little button x squared. You can put that. You'll notice in the display it'll show that it's squared the 3.2, and then just put equals, and that's our answer. 32.1536 square inches. Next, we're going to find the formula, or write the formula for the circumference of a circle, which is either 2 pi r or circumference equals pi d. That kind of got. I like to use circumference equals pi d. Just memorize one. Simplify your life. The diameter is 8, so we're simply going to multiply 3.14 times 8. To get 25 and 12 centimeters. Remember, we do square our units with area, but we don't square our units when we find perimeter or circumference. Okay, if the circumference is, circumference equals pi d, so I'm going to use 3.14 for pi. If the radius is 4, then the diameter, which goes all the way across, has to be 8. Well, that's the same problem we had. So we're 3.14 times 8 is still 25 and 12 hundredths of a millimeter. Okay, what is the formula to find the area of a triangle? Area equals 1/2 base times height, or you could write it area equals base times height divided by 2. So to apply this, the base times height divided by 2, the base is 20, the height is 6. The height's always perpendicular to the base. 20 times 6 is 120, divided by 2 will give me 60 square inches. To find the area of the composite figure, we're going to need to find the area of the triangle and then the area of the rectangle and add them together. So the area of the triangle, this part of it is 4. If they had to give us that this time because there's no other place that we could have gotten that 4. So 4, but this side, they didn't give us this unless you look over here and realize, oh yes they did, it's 5. So I know if this much is 5 and this is 2, then the height is 7 inches. So 4 times 7 divided by 2. 4 times 7 is 28, divided by 2 is 14 square inches. So I know this one is 14. And then over here, base times height. So 7 times 5 is just 35. Then we add those together. (35) plus 14, 49 inches squared. And then Number 17. This time we're finding perimeter. So I don't have that labeled, but I know that's 3 and that whole side is 5. So that little piece has to be 2. If this whole side is 25 and this section of it is 5, then this section has to be 20, because 20 plus 5 would give us 25. And then now we simply add up all our sides. We've got 5, so you get 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 20 plus 3 plus 25 is 60. So our perimeter is 60 feet. And that's it. Good luck.